Hey guys, welcome to another episode of my podcast. First of all, I would like to apologize to all of my listeners for not being here for such a long period of time. But there is a good reason for it. In the last couple of years, I was very busy with writing and publishing. So I published very recently two of my major books and my biggest accomplishments for 2019. One of those accomplishments is a book about ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting that I would like to discuss with you in this show with you. So I would like to talk about understanding and the meaning of ketogenic diet. So although low-carb keto diet is popular, most individuals may not understand what it means. Earlier we discussed the factors that cause us to be obese. So this section will focus on the ketogenic diet and some of the associated terms within. So undoubtedly, the ketogenic diet is very popular for several reasons. It is fantastic for weight loss and also helps you to maintain your ideal weight. It provides you with higher levels of energy without any associated hunger pangs, and all these and more benefits which come with less stress. It is sustainable, unlike many types of diet out there. Perhaps the greatest benefit of a keto diet is a long-term health, wellness, and well-being benefits. It changes your metabolism, provides your brain with steady and clean energy, known as ketones, and even reduce inflammation. I've been a physical trainer and fitness trainer for a long period of time, over several years now, and I've come to a conclusion and know that the vast majority of my clients works and have a major beneficial for using a ketogenic diet and implementing it in their own diets. The level of success that most of my clients have achieved when they embrace keto and intermittent fasting motivates me to write about it. So the focus of this book is on the health benefits of combining the ketogenic diet, intermittent fasting, and exercise to achieve the best results in your health and body shape. Among the biggest health benefits of a keto diet and intermittent fasting, it is a proof by had chronic disease prevention, weight loss, enhances physical performance, steady blood sugar, and several other facts that I would like to discuss. If you're convinced that this type of diet will transform the meaning of your life, I put everything on paper. So there is a declaration for several things that you should be considerate about. So I will put the link in the description box if you are interested in reading and finding out something more and learning something more about it. So what is the ketogenic diet in the first place? It is any kind of diet that causes the production of ketone bodies by the liver and shifts the body's metabolism from glucose to fat utilization. A low-carb diet restricts carb below a particular level, usually 100 grams each day, and causes several adaptations to occur. Depending on the goal of the dietitian, fat and protein intake are variable. But what significantly determines whether a diet is a keto or not, it is absence of carbs. So how keto works? Your body burns glucose for fuel when you consume a high carb diet, which most of us do. However, one of the challenges with glucose is that our body can only store about 2,000 calories of glucose energy as glycogen. The moment that is depleted, then you begin to lose energy. This is also known as bunking. So at this point you will need sugar instead. When there is an excess level of glucose in your body, it ends up raising insulin, which drives glucose into skeletal cells, which they are stored as glycogen and or burning. It also moves glucose into your liver for storage as glucose and or burning or conversion into a fat. Also, glucose moves out in the form of bad cholesterol, or also stored in the liver as foie gras. Glucose is driven by insulin into fat cells, where they will be turned into fat and stored. This implies that your body doesn't burn up all fruit sugar, for example, 1/2 of the table sugar you consume, as well as high fructose corn syrup as energy, but stores them as fat. When this is an excess glucose in your blood, it can lead to major damage such as type 2 diabetes, which is only progressive and cannot be easily reversed. But by eliminating carbs and eating modern protein as well as high levels of fat, your insulin levels will drastically drop since there isn't much glucose to operate on. With a low level of insulin, your liver can now burn fat for fuel. This is precisely how it works. Unless insulin level is too low, your body won't burn stored fat. So in that case, it will be a byproduct of burning fat. The byproduct of burning fat is ketones. So ketones are fatty acid which most cells in our body are able to produce. This includes your heart, brain, as well as other organs. They can utilize directly as fuel. So interstellar humans are born in natural state of ketosis. Homo sapiens for over 200,000 years have been in nutritional ketosis majority of time since they were living mainly on animal protein and fat, with occasional nuts, fruits, and plants. But your body may not be able to utilize fat for fuel immediately it is in ketosis. It will take about 3 to 8 weeks before it can become fully fat adapted. At this point, your body would no longer be efficient in dealing with glucose. Instead, it will become more efficient at dealing with fat as well with ketones that eliminate from fat burning. The moment you are fully fat adapted, you will discover an unending source of energy. In fact, you could run a marathon and hardly run out of juice since your new source of energy is your body fat, which doesn't need to be replenished with food. Several athletes are actually performing exceptionally well fasted, provided the body can burn body fat. When you embrace this diet, then expect your cravings as well as hunger to diminish because you won't be needing them as long as you stay away from carbs. So the more fat adapted you become, the less you will desire to consume junk foods. So there are several types of keto diets. So among the existing variations of keto diets include, for example, a targeted ketogenic diet or TKD. These types of keto diet enables you to add carbs among exercise. Or standard ketogenic diet or SKD. This version is a low carb, about 5%, moderate protein 20%, and high fat to up to 75% of your diet. High protein ketogenic diet is also one of the types. It is quite similar to the standard ketogenic diet, however, it includes more intake of protein, about 35%. About 60% of those are fat and only 5% of carbs. There is also a cycle ketogenic diet or CKD. It involves times of higher carb refeeds. For instance, dieters can have keto diets for 5 days, which will be followed by 2 days of higher carb intake. So this is also very good for competitors, weightlifters, and the athletes in general. You should bear in mind that the version which has been extremely studied is the standard high protein ketogenic diet. Others like cycle or targeted ketogenic diet are advanced versions mainly used by athletes and bodybuilders, like I said. So ketosis. This is a natural process which is initiated by the body to ensure that we survive even when our food intake is low. While in this state, our body will produce ketones, the byproduct of the breakdown of fats in the liver. The ultimate goal of a well-maintained keto diet is to compel your body to enter this metabolic state. Remember, we don't achieve this by starving ourselves, unless throughout fasting. Instead, we achieve this by starving our body of carbohydrates and controlling the intake of carbohydrate. The human body is extremely adaptive to any kind of food substance you put into it. So the moment you overload it with fats and take out carbs, your body will start burning ketones. It is mainly source of energy. Attaining optimal ketone levels come with several health benefits such as enhancing physical and mental performance, weight loss, and several others. We'll look at some of the benefits of eating a ketogenic diet later in chapter. So just stick to it if you're willing to find out something more at the book. Fortunately, your liver contains building glucose generator, which helps to provide glucose from protein via process known as glucogenesis. So your body can still create new sugar, which is just sufficient for the vital cells earlier mentioned. This explains how our bodies survived for thousands of years without carbohydrates. How do you know that you're in ketosis? It is possible to determine whether you're in ketosis or not. You can measure it by using urine or blood stripes. However, it's not worth it because they are very expensive. So sometimes the urine stripes are often regarded as inaccurate, while the blood stripes are also expensive, like I said. But you can also determine whether you're in ketosis by going through a short list of physical symptoms that your body will occur during this period of time. So one of them is, for example, the frequent urination. So since keto is a natural diuretic, you may be visiting the bathroom more often. Acetoacetate is one of the byproducts, which is keto body is usually exerted in urination, and this causes you to visit bathroom more often, especially at the beginning of process. You may also experience dry mouth since you now urinate more frequently. That results of dry mouth as well, increase of thirstness. So always make sure that you're well hydrated. Drink a lot of water and also replenish your electrolytes like potassium, salt, magnesium. So the other factor is increased energy and reduced hunger. You will soon discover that your hunger levels has reduced, especially after getting past the keto flu. In addition, you will have a clear, energized mental state. A bad breath is also one of the causes. So one of the ketone bodies is acetone, and it is particularly expected to a breath. It often has a sharp smell, but is similar to an overripe fruit or something like that. But this is just temporary and will disappear much later on, as soon as you pass the keto flu. Ketoacidosis, perhaps the greatest fear which health professionals have talked about ketosis, is the fear of going too far, moving into a state of ketoacidosis. This is the state your body enters when its ketone levels has become extremely high, by making your body very acidic. This is only maybe for a few people to consider, but if you have a working pancreas, of course, most of us do, then you shouldn't be worried about entering this dangerous state. However, type 2 diabetics are exposed to this risk. So if you're one of them, then you must seek the help of the professional in form of doctor or nutritionist. Foods to eat and foods to avoid. You can enter ketosis much easier and faster if you're more restrictive on your carb intake. Less than 100 grams, like I said before, each day. It's about like the magical number that you should be considered by entering of a carb intake that you have. Most of us do. But if you're taking, you should take it from the substance that will not make your insulin sensitivity much more higher during the day. So what I do it mostly from nuts, dairy and vegetables. Try to avoid all refined carbohydrates like starch, legumes, potatoes, in beans, wheat, cereal, bread, pasta, or fruit. However, there are a few exceptions to this matter, include berries, star fruits, and avocado. You can eat in moderation. So take look about the table. That is also one of the content in my book for this chapter. And so the primary goal of a ketogenic diet is to help prevent chronic disease, lose fat, to enhance your brain power, increase your level of fitness, and provide outstanding improvements in all aspects of your life. All you need to enjoy these benefits and more is to embrace the ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. Of course, it takes a lot of commitment to do it. However, if you look under the line, those massive benefits, it brings a really real motivations to embrace the healthy way of lifestyle. So I really hope that you enjoy in this podcast episode of mine, and all that matters is your health. So take care of it seriously. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.